see you. Father Dan here. I have my mask on right now, but I'm going to take it off so you can hear me more clearly. Hi, how are you doing? It's great to be here with you today. I'm here in the church, just sitting here for a little bit, and I'm glad you came by to say hello. And I just wanted to, I'm really glad because I wanted to share some things with you. You know, we had a town hall meeting, gosh, it was months ago. I don't know how the time goes by so fast, except there's so much, darn much happening all the time. And we talked to you then a little bit about our finances. We're just we're just sort of beginning this time of the COVID-19 and the pandemic, you know, and we're still with it now many months later. I'm glad to say we've been doing a lot of stuff. A lot of things have been happening. We've had our movie night. We had the bazaar. Gosh, what kind of thing we did? The movie bazaar. Let's see. We had the rosary, the living rosary outside. Wonderful experience. We've had food collections, and we've said we welcomed a priest and said goodbye to a priest and welcomed another priest with our coming by and supported Haiti ministry. And I just wanted to have a time to talk with you and talk with you a little bit about how our finances have been going. And all in all, they've really been going very well, and that is overwhelmingly because of you. Now, we had some things at the beginning that made it hard for us to figure out exactly what it was going to be like as we settled into this COVID pandemic and how it would affect us. Certainly, we simply can't have as many people in church as we usually do. But when we were with you last time, we were just entering a period of time where the diocese was going to offer some assistance to us by reducing all the assessments, and Congress was talking about some things to help us. The first is the diocese. Altogether, it was nearly $70,000 that they reduced all of our bills that were to the diocese, and it was a lot of help to us. The other thing that helped us was the PPP program, the Payroll Protection Plan, which allowed us to keep on our full staff and be able to do a lot of these things I mentioned at the beginning. And it was a tremendous help to us, and it allowed us to hold ourselves going through the whole summer. And now, though, we realize that we still have to get some picture of where we are when we're totally on our own and just going along with 300 people attending Mass on a weekend, as opposed to 3,000 people attending Mass on a weekend. And we've got a better picture of that right now. And I want to start, first of all, by saying you all have been great. I mean, people tuck envelopes underneath the door. They throw them in the baskets we have by the doorways here, and you know, if they come to Mass. But of course, our attendance is way down because we can only hold so many, and many people, for good reason, are staying home. But you all have been doing more, signed up for the electronic giving. All of this has helped us tremendously. But it still leaves us a shortfall because you may not realize it, but you know, when we have a house full, we have 3,000 people on a weekend. 2,500 minimally, 3,000 on a good weekend, and gosh, you know, just everybody, the extra people throwing extra bills into the collection basket. We don't even pass the collection basket around right now, but that number is anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000 a week, believe it or not. But they're not here right now, and not all of them have remembered to send in and be able to help us, because that's a lot of that just sort of on-the-spot giving that every church depends on. Well, for us, that adds up to quite a bit, anywhere from $150,000 to $250,000 a year. And that's our budget. That's what we've seen as our sort of budget shortfall, sorry. And so, you know, we're trying to make sure we cover that. We're getting help from many people to make that happen. But we still need a little bit more. And so, you know, I wanted to share with you where we were. I wanted to share that with you, so you knew that was going on, and also ask you, if you can, to think about maybe giving a little bit more. Whether you're someone who would come on normally and throw that loose change in, or whether you're someone who's a regular giver. If everyone helps with just a little bit, we're going to be able to close that gap completely and be in good shape as we go into this next year. Luckily, with the helps I mentioned earlier, we ended last year with a slight surplus, and that helped us get a good start this year. But now we're in the heart of it, and we know that things are difficult. We know some of you are having your own difficulties, and we want you to know if that's the case, we're here for you. I'm proud of the fact that we've been able to, on our own and through the St. Vincent de Paul Society, continue to reach out. We've also supported our ministries in Appalachia and in Haiti, and I can't thank you enough for all of that giving. It is a wonderful sign of a healthy Christian community. But we're still called to keep doing the things we've been doing. The staff has been doing a great job making sure programs start and keep going, thinking up new ideas. The bazaar was one of those ideas that came out of the middle of nowhere, but was a great success and people had a lot of fun at it. The movie night was the same kind of thing. These are just all ideas that have helped us stay together and focused as a community, particularly as we strengthen our community, recognizing our call to proclaim the gospel and spread the good news. And that we've been doing through the book that we've sent to you, which I can happily say didn't cost our operating budget anything to do, because we had a bequest from a parishioner, God bless her, Betty Bales, who helped us and paid for the books entirely. And so we gave one to each household, and I hope you've all gotten yours. I hope so, certainly. But anyway, I just wanted you to know about where we are financially, and ask you to think a little bit. If you can help with just a little bit, if each person can help with a little bit, and those who can give a little bit more, give a little bit more, we're going to be okay still, and we're going to be able to continue the work that we've started. You know, I found myself in this time thinking of a comic strip that I saw, and I don't remember what it was. It reminds me of Pogo, but it wasn't Pogo. It's one of these comic strips I saw up in the mountains, and it was popular up there. It might have been Bloom County. But in any case, in it, the first frame is the pastor sitting at his desk, and a parishioner walks in and says to him, well, I'm here, preacher, to give my donation to your cause. And the preacher looks at him and smiles beatifically and says, well, God loves a cheerful giver. And the man just says, next frame, yeah, right, and throws down his offering, his check onto the desk and walks out. And the pastor picks up the check and looks at it, and his eyes go big, and he says, but a grumpy giver is okay too. You know, we, however, don't really want to get to the grumpy giving part, do we? You know, the passage that they're referring to is a passage out of Paul's second letter to the Corinthians, and in chapter 9 at verse 7. And I love this because it puts that phrase that we're so used to hearing in a better context. Everyone must give according to what he has inwardly decided, not sadly, not grudgingly, for God loves a cheerful giver. No one likes to have to talk about money as a priest, pastor, whatever. You know, we don't like to talk about it, but it's a very real thing that we have to consider if we're going to keep spreading the word. So I just invite you to continue to pray for our parish and continue your support, and if you can help with a little extra, that would be great, and we'll that way we can end our year still spreading the good news and able to look into the next year without being in any trouble at all. Thank you so much for joining me here in the church today. God bless you, and have a good day.